had several experiences as a vendor, and I market essential oil. So the first couple times I did vendor events, I actually didn't even have product there. It was more about teaching them what essential oils were, how they could use them, how they could benefit in their lives, and how they could get them into their home. So you don't necessarily have to have a product to sell, but you can use those types of events to get the word out. You can find someone that you might be able to collaborate with. For instance, at one event, I spoke with a woman who made bath bombs and said, hey, let's collaborate. Let's use my oils to make your bath bombs. So that's another way to just get more business, get the word out there, is just to collaborate with the other vendors. With my essential oils booth this last time, what we did is we decided to sell aroma bracelets. And that was a way of getting them to come into the booth. So we had them right on the edge of the booth. So it was a great way just to kind of entice them to come into the booth, just to see what we had, to see if there was an oil that they wanted to use. And anything like that, even like you mentioned, maybe just having a jar of candy or something, just anything like that to get them into the booth so that you can then start talking to them about your product and what you have to offer.
Because I think you said you wanted to make it feel more like a living room, right?
Right. I wanted my booth to be very inviting. So here's a great piece of advice, and you noticed it as well, is if you've got a booth, don't put your table, don't have like a table right at the front of the booth and then you're sitting behind it, because now there's a barrier between you and you're sitting. So I tried to make my booth look like somebody's living room so that they could just come in. I had a carpet on the floor, I had furniture in there, I had 2 chairs, I had like a little bookshelf kind of thing with the product on it, so that they could just feel comfortable and just come in and talk to me. Do it. You can always have a drawing, and then that way you capture people's contact information. Always accurate. It's more better, I think, to ask someone, would you like to fill out a contact form? Would you like more information? Well, what worked great was during the day when people would come in, I would be sure to tell them, like if they were starting to ask questions and they wanted to know a little bit more about how to use the essential oils, I would let them know, by the way, I'm teaching a class today at 5:30. I would love to have you come. And so a lot of the people that came into my booth that weren't even signed up for the class ended up going to my presentation. And then there was also people there that had not stopped by my booth yet. So after the class was over, then they had the opportunity to come by the booth, to ask more questions, to fill out a contact card, or to even purchase products. Both ways, talking them to come to the class because they came into the booth, and then having them come into my booth because they came to the class.
Awesome. Yes. No, I love it. So it's almost like hitting the 2 different spots in the convention. Some people don't look at all the booths, but they look at the class schedule. Some people don't even care about the classes. They just want to go the vendor hopping and check by every single booth. So this way you're able to kind of get all the people that are there.